Today, we're going to be going over everything you're going to need to be introduced to our Cadence open source tool. It is a project and task management tool that helps both you and your AI agents stay productive. We're going to show you how you can create your own custom Django commands to run AP Scheduler to help you schedule your tasks, and also how it might be able to be used for agent orchestration. And lastly, we're going to show you how to onboard and get started with Cadence. Let's get started. Django commands are built-in tools that help you manage your Django projects. They're like shortcuts for common tasks like creating super users, running your development server, or making and migrating databases. Think of them as a Swiss Army knife of Django. Let's go over Django commands. If you're familiar with Django, you've probably seen some of the more popular commands like run server. This command is under the manage pi, is a pre-built-in command that helps you run your server, so now your app will be available to your own server. This is one of the pre-built-in commands, but today we're going to be going over how you can make your own command. As you see here, we have our own Django project, and inside one of the project applications, we are going to go inside the management folder, and then inside that folder, we're going to go inside a folder called commands. Now over here, we are going to make a new file called run now, where we are going to keep our command that we are going to try out. So if we go into our other file here that we already have some commands built out. It has some functions that we have that we are running that we need these commands for, but really what we need to run our own command is just this part. So we're going to bring that over, and then we're going to go over here and we're going to see how we can create a class to run a command. So we can just copy and paste this here and bring it over, and we should now be able to run this command through the same way that we call the run server command. And if we go down here and we try that out now, we could see how we've just made our own command. As we see, run now is the name of the file, so let's test that out. And as you see, it prints out exactly what we told it to do. So that is how you could create your own custom command with Django. All right, so to quickly recap, Django commands automate repetitive tasks. They run via your Python manage pi commands, and they help you start with running your server, creating super users, and migrating tasks, but they could also be made into your own custom commands. Ever wish you could automate tasks in Python like scheduling jobs? The AP Scheduler, a powerful library for running tasks at specific times or intervals. AP Scheduler has 4 key components. Number 1 is the trigger. This defines when a job runs. This is the Chrome-like syntax. Number 2 is the job store, where jobs are saved. By default, this is memory, but as you'll see later, there are other ways to change this. Number 3 is the executor, which is how jobs execute, whether it's threads or processors. Number 4 is scheduler, which is the brain that brings everything together. Okay, here's a very quick example. First, we are going to import the blocking scheduler. Then we are going to go ahead and create a very simple greet function, which is just going to print the command hello AP Scheduler. Then we are going to schedule it to run every minute using the add job function. Last, we're going to start the scheduler and watch the console for the outputs. Let's go ahead and run this. As you see, 1 minute later, it has now ran the test. Some of the common uses include automating database cleanups, fetching some API data periodically, or even automating some background AI tasks. The sky is really the limit. Going over how to set up Cadence, our open source project and task management tool that helps both you and your AI agents stay productive. We're going to be going over how you can set up your own scheduling system, so let's get started. First thing we're going to want to do is create a project. We're going to call this project Cadence Schedule because that is the example that we're going to be showing you today, is how this tool can help you keep ahead of your schedule. First, add a task. First thing we're going to do is pick the project that we just created. And we're going to add a random name and a random description just so that you can see the example. We're also going to change the dates a bit just so you can see. You'll notice in a second in the background, but you'll see how this task automation system is going to work and how it's going to give you reminders on when to do things. Now that we've created our task, let's wait a second for our model to load everything correctly and see how our UI really should look. So this is how the UI is going to look once you refresh it. Tasks, you'll be able to add task relationships, meaning that once one task is done, it could automatically start another. It could also add task status, meaning that once a task fails and it requires human assistance, you could go ahead and do that right on here. Your tasks also come with all the dates that you need so that you could add comments and add even attachment files as you go along with any notes, anything that you want to add for this specific task. So that once you're done and it's saved, the AI can keep learning from this to improve your productivity. Earlier, we showed you how commands work, and we showed you how you could run your AP schedule with these commands. Now we're going to show you how that connects to your Django project. As you see here, the database gets connected to the job stores, so that anything that is running through this views, we are going to be able to add it to our job stores. Let's see how that works out. Once we run the command, the scheduler is going to start picking up all the items in the job store and it's going to try to add our tasks to our schedule. It is also going to send us messages in the internal user messaging system that we've built in, so you'll get to see a little bit of that as well and how that works. Let's go ahead and create a second task now that the scheduler is running so that we can see all the tasks being created and the messages that come along with it when you first create a task. Helps you stay on top of everything and make sure that it gets added to your calendar, and it could even be sent out in an email once connected to Cadence. Just changing the dates a bit to make sure that all of the scheduling actually works. If it's something that it's in the past, the scheduler is just going to ignore it. As we see here in our scheduler, it is now checking for these things, so let's see how that works out for us. Added all of these things to their runtime and is now going to send these messages whenever these things are running. Let's go ahead and see. See, we now see the scheduler message and we see the two messages that we received from the scheduler. That's how you set up Cadence for your own productivity usage. If you want to learn more, make sure to check out our GitHub. Remember to like and subscribe and keep learning to stay ahead of the innovation curve.